Alright, here's a little explanation video on why and how I do recuts on agates. So on both of these stones, both of these are Laguna agates from Mexico, and both of these you can see I did not cut them myself, but the person who cut these has not placed a perfect or very good cut on them. So you can see a lot of the center of the banding inside the stone is still not revealed. So here it's very easy to see because you can see there's a layer of quartz, so this is a floater, and more of the agate banding is hiding behind this quartz layer. So if I make the cut maybe 3 or 4 millimeters behind at this point, then I will have a more opened agate banding in the center. And same with this Laguna agate as well. You can see it has not been cut right through the center of the stone, so it was maybe in the ratio of 1/3 to 2/3, and so I just want to open up the center a little bit more by placing a cut that's maybe 3 millimeters thick to open up the center in this stone as well. Alright, here are the two pieces, how they turned out after the recut. I had to be a little bit careful with this one because it has a window right over here, so I couldn't get too close to the window because otherwise the banding here would be interrupted. But you can see it already opened up a little bit, and I can ask my polisher to grind down a little bit more on this side to open up the center even a little bit more, but I didn't want to risk getting too close to the window. But still you can see it's an improvement towards what it has been before. On the other piece it changed entirely, so you can see here it has only one layer of yellow, and then towards the center is getting white, and after the recut it actually turned out to have another yellow banding in the center, which is even more intense. So this one I'm very happy with. It got no fractures because sometimes the agate can change and there can be fractures that you haven't seen in advance, but this one you can see it changed drastically towards the positive, I would say. So now it's a really nice agate. Alright, so this is the second stone that we're cutting. It is a Moroccan agate that I purchased, and from the back side here you can see it has beautiful colors with beautiful yellow, blue, red. I need to be aware a little bit of the calcite because it seems like it's penetrating through a little bit more to the center, but whoever cut this stone, it's definitely not the right cut that has been done on it, because there's at least 7 or 8 millimeters that I can cut towards this corner to increase the pattern, because here you see it only has the yellow but none of the colors in the center. So I can definitely get a lot more potential out of this stone, I believe, but I have to be careful with the top part here, so I'm not cutting too close to the banding here. So on that part I will probably cut around to that area, and also here in this section you can see there's no banding, so I probably have about another centimeter that I can cut through here. So I will probably make it in an angle kind of like that, to just get deeper in the center of the stone to reveal the colors that are shown here. You can see it turned out a lot better than it was, but still I don't have the red color that I'm looking towards in the center. So right now you can see the white banding slowly is peeking through, but I have about another 1/4 of an inch to cut more towards the center of the stone, and this is again what I will do by making a triangular cut to cut like this. Okay, so the cut has been finished and it turned out exactly the way I was hoping for. So in the beginning I was making a little bit aware of the calcite because I didn't want to get too close to the calcite that opens up in the center, and here I even left a little bit of room so I could even place a third cut to get even closer to the yellow banding. But here you can see it's already getting very close to the yellow, and on this corner I made the perfect cut to just get to the corner but not any closer to the banding there. And here you can see the result. So the red banding came out in the way I wanted to. This was the previous cut where you could not see the red banding yet, and also here in the center you can just see a tiny bit of the calcite, but if I had cut even further inside of the stone, there would have been more calcite because you can see it's opening up here on the backside. This is already a fantastic agate from the High Atlas Mountains in Morocco. Pieces like this with beautiful pattern, contrast, banding, as in this piece, they already cost several €100 if you want to buy them. But in this one, when I purchased it, so I purchased it already polished as a specimen, but I could see there's potential to possibly gain even more in quality of this piece, because towards the bottom it's getting larger, so this agate has not been cut through the biggest volume of the stone. So I think I will probably place another cut that's maybe a centimeter thick, more towards the bottom, to see how much the center is going to open up and how it's going to develop. And based on after how the first cut turns out, I might decide to place another cut that goes even a few millimeters further deep in this agate. So I'm hopefully excited on cutting this one. To my surprise, this agate has not changed much at all yet, although I cut off almost a centimeter, but you can see the size of the white center pretty much stayed the same. So only the surrounding agate bands developed to be a little bit bigger. So now, I mean, I have a beautiful slice now, but I will go to cut another slice off just close to here, maybe of like 6 or 7 millimeter thickness, just across here, in the hope that the black and white center will open up even a little bit more than it is already. But I mean, it's a beautiful piece, but we want more. Right, even after the second cut, you can see it almost looks like not much has changed, but it's gradually improving. You can see the white center has been getting a little bit bigger, and the colorful surroundings with all the eyes as well. So it is getting to the point where I'm very happy with it, and that is good because here I'm already right next to the broken off part, so there's really not any more room left that I could place a cut on, so I will just leave it the way it is right now. Beautiful piece.